Welcome to the Watchdog Report. Ed Ciffone here, President of the United Taxpayers of Yorktown and your Yorktown Watchdog. Tonight, again, my co-host is Greg Kane. He ran for county legislator in the 4th District. And Greg Ball, Assemblyman in New York State. Now, tonight, we're going to go through the history of Greg Ball from when he was born to the present day today. So I don't know how interesting that's going to be, but we should have a few laughs. Hope we mention some goats and some other stuff, but we'll see. So Greg, hey, good evening tonight. Now listen, let's start off. We'll get to the goats later on and everything else. So where were you born? You know, Greg, what's going on?
Came from another planet.
See, people think you came from another planet. They always say you're out of, you know, the man's an alien.
I didn't know you were going to mention the goats right off. That was good.
I don't know. I remember the goats. That's it.
Remember a Superman movie where he came down, you know, when the Krypton exploded and they sent them? That's him.
That could be him.
That's
him.
him.
So let's see. Let's the real thing. Now, where were you born? Man? Were you born, or you?
I was born in Sharon, Connecticut, in Western Connecticut. My parents were caretakers on the Kennedy estate. Gene Kennedy Smith in a manger. I didn't say that. He did.
Okay.
And no, seriously, in Pawling, New York, which is a small little town in southeastern Dutchess County.
Beautiful town.
It is. Pawling's a great town. You know, my dad was a postal worker. My mother worked at Harlem Valley Psychiatric Center. My parents actually met at Harlem Valley Psychiatric Center before they had me. So let me tell you
that's employees. That's employees.
Well, that's good. So listen, the end result is fine. You know, just as we're going, we'll see how it goes. Okay. So
they were caretakers, and you know, which, you know, is no extraordinary thing, except for, you know, we got to go in the pool when they weren't around. And
when's your birthday?
September 16th, 1977. So if you want to get me a gift next year, because I didn't get anything this year. I haven't even gotten a donation recently.
Well, listen, somebody in my ears is September 14th.
No way, Dennis Tate?
Yeah, Dennis Tate, and my sister is the 16th, so I'll remember that for now. Yeah. So that's it, 1977.
1977.
Wow, you were a young guy.
You were at discos during that time.
That's it. That's it. We were still doing all right, but
so real blue collar family, and you know,
wow.
I am a very lucky guy, and I'm a very lucky guy because of my family. I was the first in my family to graduate from college, graduate from the Air Force Academy. My mom, she didn't get to graduate even from high school. She went to work right away to help raise her family. My dad, I mean, you talk about two hardworking people. And they saved up little by little while they were caretakers and working other jobs. My mom would work nights at Harlem Valley Psychiatric Center on a ward. So imagine, you know, a 35-year-old woman at night at Harlem Valley Psychiatric Center. She'd come home, get us breakfast, get us dressed, put us on the bus, and then she would go and clean houses at the wealthy, you know, in the wealthy neighborhoods in Pawling.
You said we. So you have brothers? You have siblings?
2 brothers and a sister.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the youngest, so I'm the spoiled brat.
That figures. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then they saved up a little bit of money, and my family bought a small piece of property. And literally, my mom, my dad, a few friends, and my brothers, I was too young at that time, so I didn't have to do any intensive labor, built a home over a course of a few years. And while we were building that home, we lived in my grandmother's basement. And when I'm talking about a basement, I'm talking about not one of these beautiful finished basements with plasma screens. I'm talking concrete, cinder blocks, no windows, and
you still live in
literally bed sheets separating the bedrooms. And you know, we had a little kerosene heater down there for the winters.
Wow.
I mean, that's how we grew up, and it was a great way to grow up. And
that was in Pawling, and you went to
Pawling, my grandmother's basement.
And what school did you go to?
Pawling High School.
Is it high school?
Both my brothers had full athletic scholarships, and they went to Harvey. I went to public school. I wasn't a jock. I got the 2 left feet, so I went to Pawling High School. And also I was running my own small business from the time I was about 10 years old. That's where the goats come into play. So I even
So tell us about, what do you mean the goats came into play? What small business were you running?
When I don't remember the exact age, but
He was selling lemonade. He wasn't selling goat.
He wasn't
goat
lemonade.
milk. Goat milk.
I sold goat milk and cheese and had a grade A dairy. No, I had my parents' small little place that they built. They had 2 to 3 acres, and I started with a few ducks and a few small livestock type things, and that grew into, I ended up actually leasing the property next door, which was another 15 acres. I had a 2-acre market garden on another farm on another property. I had a grade A dairy where I sold milk, made cheese, took the whey off of that. The whey, you get curds and whey. It's not just a rhyme. And I took the whey and raised pigs, and then sold that organic meat, and had a full operation. By the time I was like 16, 17, 18, had a full going farm. I had everything from ponies to goats to sheep. I had a petting zoo. I even had a spider monkey at one time, which reminded me a little bit of this guy. And
Well, that's...
every kid wants a monkey. I had one. It was the worst pet I've ever had. If there are any kids out there today, you don't want a monkey. Do not get a monkey.
Well, some of us got them on our backs,
The New York State Legislature.
Yeah.
That's literally what happened. You want me to tell you the monkey story?
The 800-pound gorilla.
I had it. Well, that's Sheldon Silver.
Oh, okay. Good.
But I decided that we had this petting zoo, and I told my mom, I said, I'll make it a long story short. I'm going to buy this monkey. I saw it in the paper, and it was, it said, oh, diaper train, great with kids, little spider monkey. We buy this spider monkey for about $1,800. And the first sign is that it was a woman who was supposed to sell me the spider monkey. I talked to her on the phone. She said how great it was. Well, she didn't show up. It was 2 burly men in a van. That was sign number 1. I probably shouldn't have bought the monkey. Then I see this monkey as he drives up. My mom and I are there. I can't even drive. I was probably 15, right? 16.
The monkey drove up? No, I'm just saying. Oh, okay. I'm listening.
So then I see this other monkey jumping around in the car. I'm like, oh, how cute. There's my monkey. But it wasn't. They're like, no, that's not your monkey. Your monkey's in the back. They throw open the back of the van, and there in a steel cage is my spider monkey, like going like this, once again, like Greg. So that's like sign number 3. I shouldn't buy this monkey, right? So then they're like, just so you know, when we open up this cage, we may have a problem giving you the monkey. That's sign number 4. I shouldn't take this monkey. They open up the cage, and that monkey immediately jumps out of the cage and latches onto the guy. Well, they can't get every time they try to give the monkey to me, it bites them, it's hissing and all this stuff. Oh, wow. They eventually take the monkey. Now, we're at sign number 5 or 6. I shouldn't have bought this thing. They grab it, it bites them, they throw it onto me. As God is my witness, that monkey did not leave my body for about 8-9 days. So everything I did, from showering to whatever it was, I did it with a monkey, okay? And it had a diaper. And a lot of times it would be down here. Well, by the time you had finished changing the diaper, it was up here, which is not a great place to be changing a diaper on a monkey. Every time you try to move it, they're very mean, because they spend the first, I think, couple years of their life on the mother. So I was mom. And we eventually sold it to somebody that had other monkeys. I think I sold it for like $2,300, so we turned a profit. But the worst pet I've ever had.
Well, that was something.
See?
And how old?
I had it for 2 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks.
Okay, and what was your age at that time? 18?
I was